Again, now let's continue the discussion. We stop on the 4. Teacher will be able to graph the designated behavior and will have a good idea about specific child and this observed behavior. So, in time sampling, the teacher can also do the graph pa rin, even though it is not required a lot of time. Um, the teacher can still have or get information, I mean, data from the child, even though time, it's at the time is not too long or enough. Still, um, the good idea na hindi mo makuha is you're going to get pa rin in this type of observation. Number 5, it provides quantitative results useful for statistical analysis. So now let's move on to the disadvantages of time sampling. Still, it has disadvantages. So number 1, teacher can miss important examples of a given behavior if it is occurred outside of the designated time for watching because it is not an open method. So since it is not open method, um, teacher might miss the important examples kasi nga it's only have a time na gamay lang ang time na mo ang prepared or gigamit. So basin instead of getting those goal na imong gusto makuha, later pa ma-perform sa bata. So, that is one of the um, disadvantage of time sampling. Next, it does not keep units of behavior intact because its principal concern is the time interval, not behavior. Um, so, the time na ang ginaisip ani, not the behavior itself of the child. 3, it usually focuses on one type of behavior and thus may give a biased view of the child. So still, maybe ano dyan siya o kanang bias towards the imong giobserbahan since um, kanang small gani lang ang detail. So maybe um, the teacher may add some good na mga aspects or mga observation kanang murag anuhan lang doktoran or basta mag-pretend na lang na kunyari na attain ni sa bata even though hindi. Number 4, teacher has to stay focused and pay attention to timing so that she observe at the correct time for each interval. Since gamay lang siya time na i-conduct, so dapat mag-pay attention ang teacher. So that is one of the disadvantages of that. Unlike sa, di ba sa anecdotal record, hindi mo siya kailangan i-focus jud or tanawon jud every movements. So, maka-multitask pa ka as a teacher. But here sa running record and the time sampling, parehas lang sila na kailangan hindi mo mag-pay attention kasi nga detail. Sa running record detailed, here naman, kailangan kasi konti lang yung time na ginagamit mo during this observation. So now let's move on to the last types of observation, which is event sampling. So when we say event sampling, it is also called frequency counts, involves observation of targeted behaviors or specific events. There is no recording of antecedents or consequences. Event sampling is used to determine how often a specified event or behavior occurs. So, in event sampling, no recording. You can only have no recording of the consequences and antecedents like that. So, unlike sa mga nauna nga um, types of observation, there are a recording of consequences doon, di ba? Or incidents doon. So event sampling is used to determine how often a specified event or behavior occurs. So you know that event sampling is parang siya ng cost and effect observation. So kung saan cost, dapat i-write down the new effect. So also, event sampling is used typically for appropriate behaviors. Its primary usefulness is to determine the cause of the behavior and address the problem with the child. So directly mo ang goal kung unsa ang reason and unsa ang effect. So, it is a formal method of children's behavior, or formal method of observing children's behavior. Teachers use this method most effectively when they are interested in one specific aspects of the curriculum or a child's development. So, one reason, one goal lang ang ano sa event sampling. So, na example here, the example of the format of event sampling, muhang ibutang focus of the observation. The event that I'm indicate sa baba is the event that I am looking for is, so write down mo doon, next date or the date of week or exactly the date when you are conducting this observation, the time, and another column, antecedent event, what happened before the event, mo write down sa other column, and behavior sa child, and the consequence event. So, mo siya ang imuhang ibutang in a format of event sampling. So now we have also the advantages of having event sampling. So we only have 3 in event sampling. So number 1, teachers focus on something quite specific. They tend to concentrate only on these aspects of the curriculum or the development, which gives their observation a sharper focus. So as I've said, one goal lang talaga, yung direct to the point, ang goal of this observation. So that is one of the advantages. Di na malibog ang teacher kung sa paang ako ang kailangan. Or di na i-mind at other aspect or other na mga observation. Kato lang dyan dapat sa itong goal. 2, teachers can comment on the quality of what that see. It's free to comment on what's their observation. 3, this method is helpful in examining infrequent or rarely occurring behaviors. Yeah. Event sampling is much better to use kapag kanang ang behavior or kanang ang sa imong obserbahan is dili jud siya kanang permanente or once lang gani, minsan lang siya mag-occur na mga behaviors. So we have also disadvantages in event sampling, 3 pa rin. 1 is unclear definitions could be possibly lead to inaccurate observation. So if your observations or basta na mali ka or wrong understanding of your goal, maybe adali na siya mapektuhan ang imong observation. Maybe may mo na siyang invalid na din. 2, an observation can be biased if the teacher simply ignores data. So may medyo pong bias if the teacher would not accept the data na pwede maka-affect sa imong gi-observe na behavior. So may medyo po siyang bias, diba? If dili na accept sa teacher ang iyang mga na-observe na kabalo na siya na pwede possibly makaapekto sa behavior or development sa child. 3, it is closed method that looks only for specified behavior and ignore other important behavior. So, since it is one goal, o isa lang jud ang gintuyo, sa this type of observation, meaning pwede dili na pagtuunan pansin tong other behavior na ipakita sa bata or development na ipakita sa bata kasi nga nagfo-focus lang yung teacher to the what sa itong gina-observeran or gustong i-develop sa teacher. So, yeah, that's all for the event sampling. So again, we have four types of observation. We have the anecdotal record, running record, type I time sampling, and lastly is the event sampling. When we say anecdotal record, it is a brief notes of observation. Running record, it is detailed. Parang makukompare mo na rin yung anecdotal and running record because parehas lang, diba? When we say anecdotal, it is a short type of observation, an often type of observation. Running record is detailed and not often, ha, dili siya ano kasi merong pina-follow ang type of observation ito. Third, time sampling, and the fourth one is event sampling. So, i-compare mo rin na yung time sampling and event sampling. Time sampling is para rin siyang anecdotal but very sobraan lang ka-short ang time or may interval na binibigay pag gamit ng time sampling. Event naman is parang hindi naman siya detailed but meron siyang one goal, parang ganun. 1 points on observing. So that is the difference of the four of types of observation. So that's all for this topic. Bye!